Now, let's be clear that the gospel is not to be confused with human response. Human response is not in the gospel. It's not part of the gospel. It's because of the gospel. See? So it's not the gospel is not telling people what to do. It's not an outline of what they're supposed to do. It's not the declaration of a plan or a series of steps. The gospel is not even the news of what man did. That's the bad news. The gospel is only gospel to people who have humble and contrite hearts. It isn't gospel to anyone else at all. The gospel presumes that the person is being preached to knows they're in prison. It presumes they know they have broken hearts. It presumes they know they have to be reclaimed in some way. And the gospel is the good news of what man couldn't do and the law couldn't do, God did, completely independently of you. You're not in the gospel. That's got to be made clear. Some of us we've kind of talked around this and haven't really talked about the gospel itself. The gospel stands by itself. It's not united with anything else. And that's why it's God's power. You have no bearing at all on the power of the gospel. None at all. Your role is to believe the gospel. And it will do its work if you believe it. And I really think sometimes we understate the aptitude of people. Samuel was not an old man when he served in the temple and wore the ephod. We are living in a society that has dumbed down everything and reduced people to where they don't know very much, at least they think. The gospel presumes you know something. It presumes you know about God. It presumes you know about Christ. It presumes you know about sin. It presumes you know about judgment. And the gospel announces good news to people who have been concerned about this and who are humble and contrite of spirit and are weighed down because of this. The gospel comes along with one more piece of good news. You don't have to be condemned.